Hi, TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, grace, and mercy watch over us and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe. Ooh, we talked about mercy. Uh-oh. Maybe that's why we had the gavel out. Okay, most of the time when I'm setting up the table, it's just intuitively what needs to go where. So it's like a feng shui. Sometimes it might look erratic or might look chaotic, but it's to pull on certain energies so that the reading can be all-inclusive, if that makes sense. Right? I don't want to miss any parts that truly develop the storyline that we're tapping into here. Okay, so let's see who's here with us. Hi, Divine. Oh, I already knew. How you doing? Can you show me no, please? Thank you. Yes. Thank you. And that we're on the right track. Much appreciated. Okay, so we're doing something a little different with the camera angles. Don't judge, okay? We're, like I said, something different. We're evolving. Let it happen. Okay, so do we need to know who else is here with us? No, we just know that we are being divinely protected. Are there any negative energies here? No, only energies that are meant to be transmuted. And we're going to dive right into that, okay? So I'm being called to use the Under the Roses deck. And then we'll go into the general read just to see what else is happening in our lives. All right? Because we understand what the collective energy is, but how is it unfolding in those who are understanding and partaking in these readings, right? In their lives. Okay. Ooh. Yep. This is wonderful. Okay, so something about stability with the new. Okay, there's a masculine. Do I need the cards underneath the masculine? No. Okay. But underneath the masculine is the feminine. I'll leave that back in the deck. So, in a few readings ago, we talked about masculine energy that was technically at a crossroads, right? But it seems like as the storyline is unfolding, he's no longer in a crossroads. The decision has been made for him on his behalf, or the decision has been made and with a high stamp of approval by him. Okay, now this high stamp of approval has something to do with loyalty, right? What we get here by the dog, loyalty, and the okay, so just see how the cards are positioned in my hand right now. We have this karmic individual, right? And we say karmic because it's in the reverse. It's in the it's not in the upright. And in the upright is a significant young lady who's on her path to maturity. So what I'm sensing here is a young lady that is on her path to immaturity, and she's okay with relicking in that, in essence, being the ace of spades, but not in a positive temperament, in a very selfish and temperamental way, right? So, but the loyalty that was once felt for this individual, right, is now transitioning, because you see how the individual is looking, and then under that we have the key, secrets that are already left open, in a sense. It's kind of like if it was in the upright, we have 33, which means lessons, like, in essence, hush up. Okay, you know what happened and why it happened, and no, it wasn't ideal, but it was necessary for whatever fundamental progression that was here. Okay, secrets that are, in a sense, locked away, but within in reverse, it's like those secrets are being uncovered, right? Someone is putting the key into the lock to open and uncover them. And that's what we're getting by this karmic. It's just constantly unlocking this repetitive pattern of discord, right? And the loyalty was initially with this individual, right? Between this individual and this karmic individual. I'm sorry, with the masculine energy and the feminine energy here. There was this loyalty between them. But now, as you can see, I keep saying individual. They are, in a sense, single or singular, because I'm not getting a sense that he's single here. I'm getting a sense that she may have additional ties, but she wants that loyalty with him. So she may seem single, but in actuality, like, her mind and her heart is not open to, you know, the public. She's just without him, if that makes sense, right? And this loyalty, you see how the dog is looking beyond. It's not really looking at her, it's looking away from her. And although this it symbolizes luck, which means that there's a potential, there's possibility. Again, these secrets that are being unearthed doesn't leave much for whatever manipulation that was there, because I'm pretty sure that whatever secrets that were unearthed was the manipulation of this karmic. Constant manipulation, constant sneaking and being conniving, going behind people's back, maybe offering deceit in a way that seemed truthful, right? So they gave you a little bit of truth, but then it was wrapped in deceit, right? Wrapped in lies, wrapped in likely stories, or wrapped in a scam likely. You know what I'm saying? And this energy, this masculine energy over here, he understands that through all this chaos, right? Giving this loyalty to this karmic who doesn't, you know, move as a karmic sometimes, but then goes right back into her karmic cycle. And then it's just a constant fluctuation here. This masculine energy knows that with all of this, with the secrets being unlocked, there's a mature energy that's awaiting him on this path, that's going to lead not to manipulation, but to the manipulation coming to the forefront of what this energy, this immature energy is doing, right? That manipulation is coming to the front. Whatever abundance is, or the lack of abundance, or lack of prosperity of this individual, is now at the forefront, okay? The lies and deceit, like I said before, deceit, deception, attacking someone's health, right? Or offering limited health, offering okay, what I mean by limiting health, it means like, I'm giving you an ultimatum. Either you do what I say, or I'm going to physically harm you or cause you pain, right? That's what I mean by the deceit with the health. It's like constant verbal arguments, constant mental manipulation that, in a sense, would offer extended peace. Now, this extended peace is not positive. It's reminiscent of like a funeral, okay? Because of cutting ties and traveling and the sex manipulation and the lack of marriage. So maybe, you know, these individuals were together for an extended period of time, but, you know, they haven't been in a like mindset to both seal the deal, right? So it's like, at the end of the day, this masculine knows that if there's some loyalty to this young lady and some faith that whatever is happening with this karmic or this karmic cycle, you know, can safely come to an end, so that this new beginning that's not really new. So, and what I mean by it's not really new, that's why it's have faith, right? Because maybe this masculine sought out this individual before, and this individual is someone who is deemed as like excessively passionate and mature and kind of like an old soul, right? That's what I'm getting here by this, right? It's an old soul in comparison to this immature energy. That's the juxtaposition. That is the comparison between them, right? And not to say, oh, because she's white, she seems more mature. No. In this light, this young lady is excessively mature, and she's in her prime, and she's really, you know, diving in. There's so many positives about this young lady in the upright, but in the reverse, it's a very childlike, immature energy. It's like, it's not really self-gratifying. It's just defiant. That's what I'm getting here, defiant energy. But with this loyalty shifting, the decision has already been made, but the decision before was understanding who you have to cut off and why you have to cut them off. Okay, well, again, like I said, decision has been made. This masculine most likely saw whatever written communication or the lack thereof, because it, this news is not really news, like news in the upright, bad news or no news in the reverse. So here it's like you receive some information, but it's basically saying the same thing. It's not offering you any more clarity, but it's probably the last form of communication these individuals had, right? And that's how this decision was maybe already made for him. Maybe she nailed the head on the coffin and was like, here's your ultimatum, but I'm taking the ultimatum away, and now I'm just going to be the runner, expecting him to be the chaser. But in actuality, he's just like, well, you just made a decision that I was making this entire time, okay? This new beginning that is established by this child card. Remember, in the deck, there are two. There's, just to symbolize the white and black, but the white little child, the little girl, she is wearing blue. So it's more of like a healing. There's a newness, there's change that's offering some kind of breakthrough. That's usually what happens with that card. With this card, and it's very new. When I mean it's very new, you may not have met this person, you may not have experienced this person, or you may not experience this situation. Whatever the case, is super new. This card, on the contrary, she has yellow, and she's a little bit older. So the yellow symbolizes like happiness, security, sunshine, something being bright, like looking to a future, there being brightness, not really sadness, but looking to the future with joy, with contentment, in a way that brings transition and transformation. But like I said with the other card, you can be in that transition too, but have more of a solemn outlook, have a sadder, maybe like a, not grieving, but like melancholy. Melancholy is means like sad, kind of sulky, that kind of feel. But it is a new beginning. It's just super new. Your body has to take some time to regulate the change. That's where that healing comes into play, right? But then here, it's not much healing that needs to come into play, because I feel like this masculine already was looking toward this decision being made already. Okay, so he already went through his healing process with this new beginning that's not really a new beginning anymore, right? This new beginning is one that he already knows offers stability and security, right? And it could be because she's more mature than him. And I'm not really getting an age difference because her face is so young. Usually when there's an age difference, I'm getting other cards that require death and rebirth and all that other stuff that fall out. But this is just very loyalty, a pup and a dog. If they were to have a family, no, it doesn't look like it's in full alignment, right? And that could be because he's transitioning from this other energy. And so he's moving into, and that's where we get the butterflies, this transition, all the butterflies here. He is, in a sense, being wrapped up in a cocoon so that he can metamorph into the loyal partner. And that's why the dog is in between them. The loyal partner that this more esteemed lady in this conversation requires. Okay, now it would be different if it was like this. If it was like this, then it's like, oh no, they're not paired well. We have to figure out why they're not in alignment. The numerology already suggests that he's on the path of self-discovery when she already knows what she wants. And it's like, okay, well, what does she want? We can already sense loyalty. That is complete groundedness with a taste of luck. That's the green here, and then a taste of that excitement that comes with the new beginning, right? And that yellow, right? That compassion, that friendship, that camaraderie that goes beyond the physical, right? So like an in-depth relationship. Now we see here that he has the black around his neck and down his chest. So what chakras is this covering? Well, it's covering your throat chakra, for one, and then your heart chakra, your solar plexus. And what is this doing? It's offering protection. It's offering protection and then a sense of secrecy. Like you have to quiet it down, or you have to kind of shield yourself from it. Whereas this dog the dog is not requiring any clothes. It's completely brown. It's completely grounded. The only parts of the dog that is black would be the eyes and the nose. Now, why is the eyes black? Well, it could be that the eyes are protected, right? So you know how a lot of time relationships crash because of lustful energy. People have wandering eyes. You know, you're undressing people with your mind and all this other stuff. Well, the eyes here is offering that sense of privacy, that sense of protectiveness, right? That they're going to shield themselves from visually allowing deception, whatever is not grounded, right? Because their whole essence is brown, it's very grounded, it's very natural. It's it would be health giving, but it's more rooted health giving, right? It's like the difference between the leaves and the roots. Now, the leaves of a tree can offer, you know, great tea, can offer a great aesthetic, shade, but the roots is what gives the tree the ability to offer all those additional benefits with the leaves. Okay, so that's what we're getting here. A super groundedness. Now, don't get me wrong. We see that here with the purity and the luck, but we also get that here. The purity and luck doesn't need to be ingrained in the person. It needs to be the energy around the person, so that when this other energy morphs, right, they're able to enjoy the airiness that they feel, right? What's common between them, and that would be this sky background, and then what is uncommon, that additional luck, and they're in the force field of that luck, so they benefit from it, opposed to needing to tap into the energy by that person being the luck, and then, you know, you just nitpick off that luck. We don't want the mouse card out here. That's why we have the loyalty card. It's the energy you give is the energy that will be reciprocated, and you don't have to worry. That's what we're getting here. Okay. Now, in order for this loyal dog to go away, he would have to mature. Okay, so, and that's where the stability and security come into play, because that wasn't the forefront of the relationship between the karmic here. That was on the outskirts. What was on the forefront of the karmic's mind? Unearthing secrets, causing confusion, being in tower moments, and obtaining some kind of home, right? And that's the weirdest thing to me, because a home is supposed to be shelter, it's supposed to be a sense of protection. But they just wanted the physical home. They didn't want all of the positive energy that goes into that. Because if so, the tower moments would not be in the reverse, right? The tower moments in the reverse is like a yo-yoing effect. You're not learning anything from it. You're in a constant pattern of tower moments, opposed to it being the upright, to where you're learning the lesson and being able to progress and move past that, right? So like this anchor card that we have over here, the stability, realize that is what's necessary to obtain this house. Oh, excuse me. That's not what's necessary to obtain the house. That's what's necessary to maintain the house. Okay? Maintain. Sustain. To keep the house looking like it's supposed to be kept. To have the ability to keep the house. If there's no stability and security between the union, it's symbolic. The house is going to fall apart too. Okay? So that's what I'm getting here by these cards. There is a karmic lady that there's another reader that says lady all the time. He was like, I like the way they say lady, 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 lady. He reminds me of my dad in that sense. Like my dad, he when my mom doesn't like a word or something like that, she'd be like, oh, I don't like it, and he'll say it just like that to kind of like nitpick with her. And it's a way of kind of like easing the, okay, why don't you like it? Let's figure out why you don't like it thing, but in like an annoying type of way. And at first I used to get annoyed with my dad doing it, but then I saw him do it with the things that she really liked too. He would just like keep poking at the bear in a sense. And it's just like, I guess that's a guy thing. I'm learning, I guess that's a guy thing. But he's an awesome reader. I love how long his readings are. You can tell his passion. You can tell how detailed he really wants to be, but then understands that you really have the energy move through you. You can't over overdo certain things. And I enjoy that. Even though his readings are super freaking long, I sit there and I'm like, nah, I'm listening to this full reading from start to finish. Like, if he's going to sit there and, just like all these other wonderful readers, if you're going to sit there and offer the energy that it takes to prepare this, do the reading, and then the cleanup energy afterward, like, why not? Why not watch the entire video? Like, what was the point of me clicking on it if I'm not going to watch the whole video? Like, that's selfish. I understand if the message doesn't apply, but that's where discernment can really be a power play, right? Because maybe the message doesn't apply in the beginning or the first 15 minutes, but what you can do is just like randomly move the dial. And I promise you, wherever you randomly move that dial, that message was for you. Right? And then you just watch the rest of the video. And I'm telling you, by you watching the rest of the video and understanding that one message was for you, you're going to have to go back to the beginning of the video and understand why that message was even given. Because you understanding why that message was given is going to help you in clearing up your own mess. So I'm telling you right now, a lot of these readings may not seem like they apply to you, okay? But I'm telling you it does. It fully applies to you. You just don't see it. Okay? Allow your subconscious to get the awareness, understand the energy, so that you can have the dreams that will align you better with your path, instead of letting things just smack you in the face because you thought a reading didn't apply to you. And in actuality, it does apply to you, just maybe not today, maybe not this week, maybe it applied to you last week and you're not seeing the correlation, and so you're on the reading to tell you what you missed because that's about to resurface again, you know? Like, everything's just a warning and a foreshadowing. Like, stop thinking like, oh, this is not meant for me, I'm so unique. No, actually, if you understood the essence of who you're speaking to, right, or who this reading is given by, right, you would understand that even the most unique person in the world is not that unique. Because that is the whole point of collective energy, for us to be a collective. It's not for you to be, oh, this awesome person over here by yourself and everybody else has to clap at you or can't tell you nothing or whatever the case is because you're so special. No, you're not, sweetie. I promise you I can tell everyone in the world about themselves 100%, and it will apply to your lives, all of you specifically, because that's the point of a collective energy, if you're tapping into a collective energy, okay? So for those of you that really are out here nitpicking, please just go away. We don't need that collective energy. We really don't. Because I can tell you how this reading applies to 20 different aspects of my life. Some when I was a kid, some now, some when I was in high school. Some I can foretell like this could potentially happen in like maybe a year or so, in a couple months, in a couple weeks, depending on if this one person in my life does this or this other person in my life does this. Like, I can already foresee all the possibilities of this having already manifested and potentially manifesting. The whole point is me being aware enough to protect myself if I need to, or to prepare myself if I need to, right? Like, hello? People are just like, ugh, I don't know. Accepting criticism, another amazing reader says something about accepting criticism, right? If you have to be open, and I say she's a reader, but honestly, she's just a speaker on Facebook. I call her an orator. She doesn't have cards or anything, but she works in counseling for like a relationship counseling and stuff like that. And she was just giving people guidelines on how you can be a better person for you and your partner in a relationship. And she was going in, and I was just like, the first thing she said, be able to take criticism. Like, if you can't have someone tell you about you and you're not willing to see what you need to see about you to be better, then why are you accepting people in your life? Why are you accepting camaraderie? Why are you accepting the good from people if you can't accept the bad from people? That's not balance. That's selfish. Who are you? Who are you? Jesus. Ha! Don't get me started. Jesus was on a cross for everybody else's sins. You telling me he didn't want to go? He didn't want to go drink wine and make, with the ladies? You better stop it. You better stop it. Oh my gosh. And I understand, like, I'm moving from religion to spirituality and not really moving. I say moving because it's just going to be a constant thing until the day I pass. There's so much truth in religion for me to fully separate myself from it. So it's like, in me understanding just the correlation of everything, even not even knowing how it actually correlates, and just knowing that there is interconnectedness in everything. Bruh, I have to accept criticism. I have to. Because that criticism is what is propelling me. It's like a slingshot that is propelling me down a path even farther than my expectations. But again, don't expect anything good from someone if you can't accept the bad. That's selfish. That's imbalance. But yeah, I think I'm going to open up a new reading to get a little bit more about this energy. But until then, I'll see you soon.